Stop.
machine. This one had wings, it had skis, it has a propeller, and its motor was made of wood. You may be wondering just what the heck this thing is. Well, at 12 years in the making, it's the first recreated aircraft of the Canadian Aviation Heritage Centre. We sent Billy Shields to check it out today.
It's a big day for the Canadian Aviation Heritage Centre. 14 years after opening shop in this old barn, it unveiled this, the first of what it hopes will be many replicas of classic Canadian aircraft, and volunteers didn't have much to work with when they rebuilt this 20s vintage plane.
Scarce plans. There was a sketch and the photographs, and that's how they built it. As far as I understand, there were no true plans and blueprints or tell you this is that and the other is no. It was all done by hand.
This model is based on a Fairchild FC-2, a plane built in Longueuil that carried out some of the earliest airmail runs, flying out of Chicoutimi.
Previously to that, they had a rough ride overland, to Montreal and Ottawa, but this one saved them about 4 days.
Nicknamed the Razorback after its odd-shaped tail, the plane was one of Canada's first bush planes and could run on floats, wheels, and skis. And pilots in those days didn't have it easy.
They just used maps and the seat of the pants flying and hoped for the best for the weather so they could see where they were going.
The original plane would be used for surveying, passengers, or freight, and the replica is the product of thousands of hours of thought and work.
Jake, he built a small scale model of the frame and then extrapolated the dimensions from that, and then welded the frame completely in our metal shop.
The Jake in question is Jake Wilmink, a former Dutch airman who emigrated to Canada in 1958.
Progressed very slowly, and I started to learn to weld all over again, and I had to make all kinds of things what I needed for this airplane.
This is what's known to aeroplane buffs as a static aircraft, meaning it doesn't fly. The center couldn't find an authentic engine to put inside, so the builders used a wooden model instead. The center is hoping to turn some of its workshop space over to permanent exhibits, and it eventually will become a full museum, one plane at a time. Another aircraft in the works also has historic connections to Quebec.
The second plane to fly the English Channel and the first plane to fly over Montreal. That one will fly.
Billy Shields, Global News, St. Anne de Bellevue.
The next witness